Okay, now on the web development, when we talk about web development, let us see the outline first. So we have this outline. Maybe let me try to increase the font so that you can easily be seen. Now this is a web development. So introduction to front-end web development. So as a main course, by the end of the module, learners will understand the basics of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Build a simple personalized web page using their own content, and get comfortable using text editor, for example, VS Code. So you have to understand VS Code and the browsers for development. So a browser can be Firefox, Chrome, mostly Chrome, Google Chrome. Then you will apply simple interactivity using JavaScript. So week one, you will get started with web development. So here you learn what is front-end development. So in front-end, the main three languages in front-end are HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So in this week one, you will have to have these tools: installing VS Code, setting up a browser, for example, Firefox or Google Chrome. So this is Google Chrome. If I come here, uh, this is a Google Chrome I'm using. So if you go to Google Chrome, um, for example, I think everyone might be familiar with the Google Chrome. So if I come here, this is a Google Chrome. If I write here Chrome, so we'll have a Chrome here. So this is the Chrome that we're using here. So Google Chrome, and we are using Google Chrome here. So you find it and you install. So if you don't have, you may wish to download, you write Google Chrome download. So you will download the Google Chrome. Probably you are using it. So we move from there. So you need to have VS Code as I've said. So VS Code, this is an example. This is a VS Code. So when we talk about VS Code, this is a VS Code. So if I'm to remove everything, and so this is a VS Code where you can put some codes. So you will install it and see how it does. Then in week one, you have basics of HTML structure. So you learn about tags, heads, border, and H1 and P tags. So you create your first web page. So here you have activity for a page with your name, bio, and an introduction. In week two, here we learn about basics of styling your web page with CSS. So introduction to CSS. So three types of styling. We have inline, internal, and external. Then we have basic selectors like bold H1, P. We'll see what are they are. So styling exercise: change background color, font, and text alignment. Add a profile picture. You know how to. You learn about it. Activity. So you create a custom color theme for your page. So a custom theme color for your page. For example, I can open, for example, I can open a external HTML code. So, for example, you have this color. We can change this color by changing the background here. So if I remove this one and put green, so if I put green, so the background changes to green here. That's what we're talking about. So we'll see how to use a CSS to bring in the car. So you create a theme color. And week 3, you will learn basics of Java. So Java is a bit difficult, requires dedication, but you will understand it. Week Week 4, structure. You will learn structuring your project. So working with files and folders. So for example, you can have a file. If I go to VS Code and they come here, you see there is a folder here named display flex. When I click here, they are uh, there are files in this. So when you want to open a folder, you can go here, file, you come here, folder, and you search where you wrote it. So for example, I come here and I press flex direction. So if I say and click here, so the folder that will come here is flex direction. So the codes in flex direction are these. So you can appreciate what we're talking about, but it's not a big deal. You'll see that it's quite easy and quite simple to deal with this. Then, so you try to build simple multiple pages. So you will build a home and you have a about and contact. So build a two-page personal website with about yourself and your hobbies, 2 pages. So for example, if I come here and I create a statement, I can say learn.html. So I'll use some short forms. So this is my HTML code. So I want to have a header. Don't worry, you'll learn about it. So 2 pages. We need only 2 pages. So I can say here, for example, I can say index.html, and here I write home, and I do the same here. So here we write, for example, contact.html, and here we say contact. However, we begin with this code known as navigation. So if I click here and show preview, you'll see here. So the websites would have this navigation as they are. So we may also wish to do something like this so that we number them. So we can do something like that. So these are 2 web pages. So these 2 web pages, the first page you will see. So if I click here, you'll find that so you will learn about it. So then you will publish your website using this. So I hope it's quite necessary that you get acquainted, set the coding environment, so you install the VS Code where most of the planning takes place. So for you to, how can you install VS Code? So you get a link here, VS Code, and if you don't have, you visit that way. So you come here, download for Windows. If you click here, it will download. The download prompt will come in and then come here. So you click. So it's about 700 MB. So you need to have at least a bundle. But well, since I have it, I'll not download. So you download it here for Windows. So you have reset. If it doesn't start download directly, so you click here. But that's how. So after that, then you install. After installing, you will create a link on your desktop. So my VS Code is here. So I click here and it will open like this one. So since I was trying to wish to delete this code, so that's how you can do it. So first of all, that's what I do. So VS Code, you do that. So I remove it. That's what you is expect you to. So the coding environment you need to download. This is the main text editor. So thank you very much for this introduction.